Stakeholders say there is need to work together to conserve wetlands and protect the environment. This declaration was made at a stakeholders meeting organized by the Finima Nature Park in conjunction with the Bonny local government to mark the World Wetlands Day 2023 in Bonny, River State. Chairman of Bonny Local Government Area, Dame Anengi Baraswa, was represented at the event by her Deputy Press Secretary, Boma Waribo, said her administration has deployed a tripartite approach of policy, collaboration and engagement in its effort at protecting the environment.
Just to give you a snippet of what we've been doing within the context of the environment, when we came on board on the 14th of October 2021, she realized a very conspicuous lacuna in terms of the environment, and she took up a three-pronged strategy to address this problem. That was policy, collaboration, and engagement. What was the policy? We realized that our environment in Bonny was very dirty. Those of us that know how it used to be, we didn't have a sanitation culture. So we did set up a policy to ensure that the monthly environmental sanitation becomes comprehensive, competitive, and compulsory.
Lead presenter at the event, Dr. Akie Hart, alerted that wetlands were already threatened, saying an all-stakeholder approach was key to preserve them for the long-term benefit of mankind, stressing that the conversation process should begin with sensitization and awareness creation.
I talked about all stakeholders approach. We are past the era of blame game, saying it is the corporate world, it is the community, it is the student. Now, the wetland is threatened already, so all of us need to work together to identify these problems and how to solve it. So the first way to go about it is by enlightenment. And this enlightenment should not be an urban-based enlightenment alone. It should be urban-based, it should also be rural-based. So we should take the message to the villages. So we'll commend the work that is ongoing in the conservation clubs in the schools, but there's also need to have conservation clubs in the communities so that these students are going home. They will not find it difficult convincing their parents so that there can be cross-fertilization of ideas. All of us have a stake to protect the wetlands because wetlands support life and we are the life. And if we don't support it, then we'll have a problem. So we're not saying don't use the wetland, we're saying use it in a conservative manner. Use it in a sustainable manner so that you will have enough for you to use and for generation after you to use. So that is the message. All of us should work together to ensure that that is done. All stakeholders approach is the key to it.
On his part, Head of Health, Safety and Environment Department of the Nigeria Liquefied Natural Gas Limited, Ndukaku Ohairi, said NLNG was doing a lot through the Finima Nature Park to conserve the environment and achieve biodiversity, reforestation, and carbon capture.
Finima Nature Park is powered by NLNG. It's a park that is managed by NCF for NLNG. And you also know that we have approximately 1,000 hectares of wetland that we manage. We try to conserve, so we also carry out reforestation. In the event we have, trees and plants and vegetations that die as a result of old age or something happens. We also ensure that people don't come in there to hunt or to fell trees. So the intent is to conserve it the way it is. And that for us is a huge contribution as far as preserving nature and biodiversity is concerned.
Speaking, coordinator of the National Orientation Agency, Bonny Local Government Area, Iwarilama Brown, informed that his agency was upfront in concert with relevant stakeholders in creating awareness on the need to conserve the environment and eschew practices that undermine the pristine and verdant nature of wetlands.
As a government agency, our function is to ensure that the people are well enlightened about the importance of wetland. And we know that wetland is what sustains our life. And the important entire people need to know is to explore ways whereby they can conserve, protect, and restore this wetland.
In their respective remarks, the Environmental Health Officer for Bonny Local Government Area, Rachel Banigo, Hygienist Osuagu of the NLNG department, and a representative of the Bonny Environmental Consultants Committee, Ibifugbara Alaputa, stressed that the multifarious measures should be taken to conserve the environment.